So Lalit, you can start now.
Okay.
Share your screen. Yeah, that's fine.
In this lecture, we will discuss about input-output statements in Python, and also discuss about some conditionals in Python and loops in Python. So first, we will start with let us say we have a string. Okay. And now if you type A, the string as it is as print on the screen. And there is always this out is always there, out2. If we write the print statement, which is a output statement, so we write print and print this A. So these single quotes, that is, are not there in the output, and also the output, this output 3 is not there. So directly the output is written to the screen, to the terminal window. So we can use this print statement to print in between our codes if we want some data to display on the screen for user to what they are writing in their code, or what other help statements they want to appear on screen. So we can always use this print statement as an output statement in Python. There are different ways to use this print statement. Let us say I have different data types. Let us say some variable x is an integer, okay, and y is a floating point or real point, a real number, and this z is a string. So I can always using print modifiers. Let us say for this integer we use the %d. So that this is a integer format, and %f is for the real number of floating points, or %s to write this string. So I am using a print statement to print all in single line. So I use the command print, and inside this string option I write x is integer, so I write %d, comma this y is a real number, so I use %float. So I can always give the floating width, so 2, and a number of decimal points 1, and f the real number, comma this z is a string. Okay, so you write %s, and there you can write this %. And inside the brackets, these brackets, you write this. I write to x, comma y, comma z. Okay. Then I print this on screen. So the data type is the x is 3, this y is 1.4, and this z is a string. Okay, and string, this is a string here. So return z is a string. So I can modify this print statement accordingly. If I want to write, let us say, in x column, I have to write some integer numbers starting from 1 to 10, and the y column is a real number. Okay, let us say there is some 0.5, 0.9, and those numbers. So I can assign the data types. As in Fortran, we assign the format statements to format those data for the real number, complex data, exponentials, and strings. Okay, so we can use here these statements, %d, which is for writing the integers, and %2.1, this is the total width of this real number is 2, and the floating width is 1, and the z string is represented by this %s, and in this % we give actual values. What are the values which we have inputted earlier, that is x, y, and z. So we have the modified statements which we can use always in a print statement. So you can play with that. Let us say I write this print %d, and I only write this %f, this floating point, and other thing is same. So by default, this gives me this 1.40000. Okay, 3, 6. The total width is 7. Okay, so this 8, including this decimal width. Okay, total width is 8. The decimal width is now 6, and this exact number is 1. So total width becomes this, and decimal width is by default this. So you can play with data. If you say we have more precise data, this contains more precision numbers. So always you can use this, the total width and the decimal width. It is always we require that. If let us say I have a point, let's say value of 5 to print, so let us say I play with that. It is y is equals to this 22 over 7. So this I use this print statement to use %f. So by default the value of I is written this. You can always get the actual values you want. If I want to increase the width of this number, so I can just 8, this is 10, let us say this is 1, our total width is let's say 14, okay, and decimal width is let us say 10. So now the decimal, I can use the more digits in pi, so this is 247 and 14289, so which is required for the more precise data, so you can play with all this with that, okay. So this is about the print statement. Now come from for conditionals in Python. Let us say we have some conditions, users, other thing is that I did not discuss about input statement. So this is again, I have to read data from users. So there is a command called input. So let us say we store the data in input. Okay, input, this input 1 is equals to input. In this simple bracket, you describe your data. Let us say enter some number. So now there is cursor blinking and string which is written. This is there, showing that please enter it. Enter a number. So you can type a number here. So input 1. Input 1. Okay, I tried that input as name is wrong. So this input 1 is a 7. Always I can print this on screen, so I write print this input. Okay, spelling mistake. So this value is printed on the screen. So always, let us say I have to print on multiple lines. Let us say I print on a single line. So what I use for line in the multiple lines, you can use print. Let us say this is a string which contains 2 lines or 2 or more lines. So let us say this is first line. You display and here is this new line command. This is \n, and you can write here that second line. Okay. Then the print statement gives you the first line, and in the second, the data you have written in the second line is the written to the second line. Or you can use again the this \n to generate the data in the third line, fourth line, or fifth line. Let us say we have to create some data and ask users to input some data, and there will always a prompt be here. So I can write this like print enter a number less than 10. Okay. So in new line, I want a prompt to appear not in the same line. So if you there is always a prompt to there in the new line. So you can write this data to the new line. This less than 10 number. Okay, this is the print command. I can use input here. Input a number in new line. So always a prompt is there to waiting for the user's input. So you can type a number here, and this comes to the screen. Now if we go to the conditionals, let us say we have some number, and we have to decide whether this number is greater than 0, less than 0, is positive, negative. So let us say we have a number A1 is a number which is given by user. Let us say it is 5. So by using if condition, we can check whether this A is positive, it's negative. So I can use if this A1 is less than 0. Okay. So then print negative number. Or you can else print is positive. So until the analyze this condition is true, so this number appears on the screen. As the condition is false, the loop it is outside the loop. So if this condition is true, a1 is less than 0, then it prints on the screen this number negative. If this is not true, use the else statement. So this print on this, and there is no need to write end if or any command. So this unless this condition is true, this loop is executed, and this false, it comes back to the terminal. This is the if condition. Here the if, and if I have to put one more condition, let us say this number given by user is 0. So I can use another condition using elif command. That is if then if else if. Okay. So I can use elif this if. I can write here if, and here I write elif else if, and write the condition this a1 is equals to 0. Then print if a1 is 0, and then use else command again. Else this print is positive. Is positive. Okay. Okay, I write the indentation is there, so that's here. So when you see, you can write many elif commands or other conditions to fulfill your criteria. So you might write elif if and again elif and another condition, then put else. This is write statements like if else if. Okay, this is the if this else if command. This you put condition here, and then else you can print those numbers to the screen. Okay, you can use a single line command, let us say IP number. And I can use this command on a single line to not to use this code in this whole command. So I can assign a values like I have some condition. Let us say condition is true. So that is like a true condition, true condition. Okay, and I can write here the condition. What is the condition? If number is less than 0, and then write this if. Okay? I can write here in this if, and I put here condition, and here else, and write a false value here. False value, a false condition here. So to write true condition, let us say I have a b is a number given by user to me. Okay. If this, I can write this the same is positive or negative. I write a true condition. This is positive. Okay. Positive. This is positive if this v is greater than 0. Okay, this is true condition. Else is not there, it's not true, which means false, so it's negative. Is negative. Okay, so by default you can execute this statement in a single line. Okay, so it is always use command in programs. So you can use a single line command, you could put your two conditions, or you can combine with all other conditions to write in a single command. You need not to write this whole program again and again, that's different, else if. So you can use this command, give a true condition, what is true condition, then put your condition, if condition, what is the condition, if this number is less than 0, then true value is positive, if not, this else, this is negative. Or you can use other commands like you can while command, or while condition, or while loop, or for loop. For that, if you have to print some number on screen. Okay, so you can use while statement until and unless that condition is true, that generates the numbers to the screen. Sorry. Let's say first for while loop we initialize some values before moving. Let us say this j has initial value 1, and while this j is less than 10, you have to print some numbers on screen. Print j. Okay. 10 times this prints this on a screen, so you can use while okay. So this condition is always true. It is 1 is always less than 10. So it generates a condition. So this is not false. So you have to write this until and unless you have to iterate the loop. Let us say I will write this value. This condition is always true. That is j is less than 1. So it write numbers to the screen 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. But it did not stop there. So I always append this number. Let us say I write I plus 2. So this is not I, this is j. So I initially get this j is less than 10, the condition is true, and this generates number on screen. Then I append this number y 2. So first number plus 2 and skip the second number, third number, then plus 2 again, plus 2, and then it reaches to 10. Okay, more than 10, the condition is false. Okay, then this loop is the condition is false, and this come back to this screen. Okay, this is not executed. After that, if you put only that this I write less than 10, j is less than 10, so you generate the numbers from, because this condition is always true, I is always less than 10, it goes into the infinite loop. So it can create the number 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So you have to give a condition that this condition is false. So it will generate first number, then add 2 to it, and then generate second number, again add 2 to it, third number, okay, again 2 to it, and last one, let us say, generates the 10 number and 10 plus 2, which is not less than 10, so the condition is false, so it comes back to here. So the while condition. So for loop, so in for loop you can iterate over some values. It can must be least or an iterator. So I can iterate over that number. So let us say for some number and range 1 comma 10. Always you can create steps in steps of 2. So you can write your command here. You can print the numbers, or you can print squares, print cubes, or multiply those numbers by some numbers. So I can multiply those by 5. Okay. This is n. So this generates the number, and the initial number is for any range 1 comma 5. So it generates the first number. Then add then steps of 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and multiply those numbers by this 5. So this can iterate over this list. Okay, this range function 1 to 10. So if I write n in range 1 to 10 in steps of 2, so n is 9. Okay, so you have to do for So let us say generate those numbers. I generate a list from these numbers from n. You can use for loop to generate those numbers and in steps of 2, and then iterate over those numbers and evaluate your functions what you want to evaluate. And this is a for loop, and this is simple like do loop in Fortran. So there is no need to write. Let us say I write here. No need to write the end statement here. So you can generate over a list. So this is a range. This contains only the numbers up to 9. So up to those numbers, it can write those, multiply those all numbers by 5. Okay, so if the condition is up to 10, its loop executes. After that, it comes back to the terminal. Okay. Other conditions are for while. Okay. there are some conditions, let us say some statements called pass statements. Let us say we are writing some code and we have to check that we are going in the right direction. So we print something on screen so we can check that we are going or moving in the right direction. Let us say we have a string, let us say for, I am iterating over a string for I in range, for I in some string, let us say this string is physics. I am putting a condition if I is equals to this h, okay, then pass and print on screen that this is the pass statement. This is the pass statement, okay, and then I am writing print. What are the letters in this string called physics? current letters equals to I, and lastly I am printing that I am exiting this loop, this print. This should be a string, okay, not a simple h. So this iterate over letter. So this is where this letter occurs first in the string, this h or this I in this string. So iterate over this string. When this equals to h, okay, then the second letter, then it actually do nothing but only print this option. That is, this is a pass statement, and after that it generates the current letters, that is I, the first letter P, then generate the next letter H, Y, and CS. And lastly, we print this number, that is called this is end of the program. So this condition do nothing. Let us say we have written 2 or more programs, and we do not want one program to execute inside that other programs. So we can always pass without no arguments. So we can write this only pass. So that this can do not interrupt our calculation on the second loop or the second function. So we can only pass this condition. So we can check this loop is working, and that code is not getting any affected from this statement. So this is the pass statement here. That's for today.
Thank you, Lalit.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.